But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
What do you think, Lance? It's like the only time you're ever going in there, so enjoy. Plenty of room, isn't there? Well, yeah, that moves, don't worry. Don't worry. Do you want to get down? The back panel had now been measured, trimmed and folded, so that was ready to go in. Tight.
Very tight.
Very tight. Kind of what I want, though, isn't it, really? Oh. Yeah, I think 2 windows is a definite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely more light.
Now I needed to bend around the 2 ends of the folded flap so that it matched the pod. I also did the same things with the front of the flares, so that when the back panel goes in and locks down following the shape of the pod, the 2 tabs can be sealed and hammered over, locking it all in place. It's probably worth noting now that I'm not trained or experienced in any way in metalwork or fabrication. This whole project and, well, my whole approach to life is just winging it. When I hit a stumbling block, I just overcome it, and this very thing I'm working on was a stumbling block. I had no idea on how to finish the ends. If I left them square, it looked terrible. I was going to try and hide the 2 square sticky out bits with putting lights in it or something. I come up with a few ideas, and then I thought, no, I'm gonna give it a go and just try and shape it. And now I can see the finished article. I'm happy I made that decision. That's pretty low. I won't have to make anything in that. I should just... With everything given one last little check over, I could now go for the final glue of the back panel. All contact surfaces have been roughed up, and then I'm using PU sealer again to bond it in. The back panel then got 6 self-sealing Tech screws along the top, same for the bottom, screwed into the roof panel return where the emergency lights used to be. Oh, dickhead. Note to self, don't put your hand in fresh sealer. Ah. Oh, it's exciting times. Now, admittedly, I did only order the one. Then I got really excited and last minute decision decided to go 2 holes. So that one's still on its way. I don't know if it's going to be ready to hear yet at the end of the video. So there might be a bit of wood just covering that hole, but ignore that. Oh, I've done it again. Wow. Saturday night, which led to a 7-hour operation to restore order. One prison officer was injured after being attacked by an inmate using a pool ball in a sock. Oh, yeah. The drill's in there, and now I can't get in there. Hello. So yeah, the gunk around it obviously needs to go off and then it'll be cleaned, and then aluminium get painted, and you won't even see any of the black smudgy crap. It doesn't look particularly pretty right now. And then hopefully soon this window will arrive. Chuffed! The thought did enter my mind on holding fire for a bit until the next window arrived before painting, but that thought quickly got thrown in the bin and I went at it. Whilst I had the sander and the primer up there, I also cleaned the roof up a bit. The company previously gave me the wrong paint and it's been winding me up in every drone shot you can see it. Gloss black patches all over me matte roof, I was fuming. Went to a professional shop for the paint and the bastards gave me that. But now it's all nice and uniform again and keeping my OCD at bay. Using some of the scrap fiberglass from what come off, I got onto the caps that make up the ends of the pod. I cut it out first in cardboard to get a template, then cut the first one, made sure it fitted, then flipped it over and cut the one for the other side. Soon they'll have vents, lights and CCTV cameras fitted in them. With some nice fresh new battleship grey paint, I could touch in the van where I'd sanded it back or caught it, touch some of the scabby areas around the van, but mainly I could paint the strip on the pod. Right, it's my first official test run. I'm just on my way down to Oxford and I can't hear anything.
There's no wind noise, there's no real difference. I mean, the MPG's probably been affected a little bit because the van's taller now, but I've been driving for half an hour and it's no different really. So there's a bit of a bonus there. Obviously over a long journey I'm probably going to see it a little bit. But if we're talking like 2-3 MPG loss, I can deal with that. I can deal with that to have a memory foam fixed bed. You're damn right. I've just had a lorry go past me and there wasn't really any sway. And same when I overtake, there isn't any sway there either. So there hasn't really been anything different. The only thing I can see slightly different is when the front wheels hit a rut, it's a little bit more cushioned in a way. Obviously there's a lot more fiberglass up there, so there's more weight, and there'll soon be even more weight. And that seems to have actually helped the ride a little bit. It cushions it as it hits a bump now, as opposed to like, it used to be a bit skittish. The only downside I've found tonight so far is when I was coming out of Coventry, I go down this country lane to hit the motorway, and I couldn't see the trees. So the whole drive down, it was like, every time I went past a tree. Because it's so hard to kind of navigate, even though I know the height of it now, it's so hard to think about just high up. The rest of the van is up there. So that's going to take some getting used to. And I know for a fact I'm going to hit it. I just hope I don't hit it hard enough to pierce it. But as you saw at the start of the video, the original one, that was fiberglass, and I took a friggin' sledgehammer to that and it weren't going. I had to cut it in the end. So fingers crossed, it's the same thickness and it's got the same sort of give. Obviously it's a much larger area, so maybe not, but place your bets now on when I put a tree through my bedroom.
A couple of days later I downed tools on the pod to start work on my good mate Simon's big American RV. Ash joined in too.
Hi!
This Yank Tank's electrical system was, well, it needed redoing.
The box has been added later, possibly when it came to the UK. That's part of the original Billy Bob build. And then this is the, what's a British equivalent of Billy Bob? Go with cousin Webtoad installed this in the UK. Over the top of Billy Bob's lunchbox. Yes, this is how you do it professionally. This is bomb disposal 101. Yes, this device was attached to the underside of my vehicle. I should never have said the Matthew were.
We set about pulling it all apart so we could find everything and figure out how it worked and just do it better. But both stateside and here, this van had been tampered with and added to a good few times, making that quite difficult. But by the time we were done, we had a whole new electrical system, complete with solar. The second window arrived that day, so before we lost the light in the evening and all piled into Simon's van for dinner, I got it smacked in.
This is not sticking very well.
They ordered my stickers through a company on eBay, but frankly they were useless.
They did it in the wrong font as well. Wasn't impressed. Yeah, I asked for Helvetica Bold and they did it in Helvetica Italic.
Box down.
Well, at the end of the day, I fried their brain with the whole postage fiasco, you know. They couldn't figure out how to chop this up into sections.
The bold font would probably cost you another £3 in postage.
Yeah, that's it. Alright.
Get the heat gun on that for a second or two.
Put them there, put the lights there. And there.
There it's in line with you probably have
Yeah. Let's see the lights there.
You've got one of your lights lenses handy.
They'll be going like that if they're in there. Like that if they're there.
Them
So
years
these
of
there.
product photography coming in there.
These will be coming down eventually in lieu of better quality stickers in the right font.
And then the dot will be more simple.
I think it's over that way too much, isn't it?
It's only by an inch.
He's getting a water test today. Rain. Right up there is a drain hole, which seems to be working. A little bit of drama's just unfolded. Turned out to be alright, but basically I was just sat here. I parked up near a part supplies place waiting for it to reopen after lunch. And I was just sat here doing a bit of work, and all of a sudden the van just went boom. I was like, someone's just hit my van. So grabbed the phone straight away, got out, photo of his reg plate, turned it on record, and I was like, mate, you've just hit my van. And he goes, oh no, I've not hit your van, I've not hit your van. I goes, dude, you've just hit my van, I was in it, I felt it. There was a guy towards the front, and he was also in his car kind of thing. I was like, well, one of you's hit my van. And this guy went really quiet at the front. Anyway, I deemed it was the van because he was the one manoeuvring as I got outside. I looked around the van, there was no damage, and he looked pretty mortified, to be honest. So I was like, look mate, there's no damage, let's check yours. There's no damage on yours, let's just leave it. You know, I always hit this van, so don't worry. Anyway, he went off for his dog walk, and then the other guy that I thought might have hit the van knocked on my door, and he was like, he did hit your van, and he showed me where he hit it and stuff. I was like, yeah, it's fine. Anyway, we got to talking, and he was asking about what this van is. I was explaining it to him, you know. He goes, oh, I thought it might have been a coronavirus response unit. That's new, haven't had that one yet. So yeah, we got to talking. He's on about himself getting a van or a narrowboat, so we had a good old natter about that. So yeah, could have been a bit nasty there, but turned out to be, I just got chatting to two blokes, one of whom reversed into my house, but you know, nice interaction all the same. And here we are, the new bedroom. It's stood empty now for about a month. I've had plenty of work on and bits to do here, so it's took a bit of a back burner. Yeah, but I've just bought some insulation. Don't think I've bought enough, but I'm going to start trying to get that in today because I'm having a real problem with condensation in here, where it's just completely empty. Condensation builds up, streaks down, and I get a big pool in here, which I don't want. So I'm going to start to insulate it. That should get rid of this echo that's going on, and yeah, make it feel a little bit more homely in here. Well, not homely because it's reflective on the outside, so but it'll be warmer, definitely be warmer. Right, let's get the first sheet in. Okay, this is the stuff in question. So it's 30mm thick, high density foam with vapor barrier on the outside, self adhesive so that I can just stick it straight on. So the problem in here is it's such a weird shape. I'm not going to be able to board it and do stuff. Well, I could, but it's just a lot of effort, and I've got this tiny door to get everything in and do it. Ideally, thinking back, if I wanted to clad it or board it or something like that, should have really done it before it was glued to the van, or even before the back panel went on. But I had to get this thing watertight, I had to get it on. The rest of the stuff I can just about get away with doing it now. So for example, the bedboard that's going to go on the bottom and solidify the whole floor area, I'm going to do that in sections, and then take the roof lining down in the cab, screw up with a batten, and like kind of sandwich it all together so it locks, so I don't get any nasty kind of bowing anymore. Oops. Well, every time I get up it makes a horrible noise. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge to board all this out, but it's got to be done. It's quite cold as well, though. You can see my breath. It's pretty cold, so I want to get this thing insulated, mostly tonight, so I don't get any condensation anymore. This is going to be awkward as f***. need to get a ladder built as well, so badly. How much is this going to be? Right then. That's that over there. Get the top on. Ah, it's this nasty paper it never comes off properly. So I'm going to be here for about 20 minutes. All this stuff sucks. This is actually the thickest stuff I could find. The stuff that you kind of can get really easily is only about 8mm thick, and I used to use it in the past at certain jobs. It's not very good stuff. It doesn't really have any sort of thermal protection at all. In fact, give it a week and it actually starts to come unstuck from the metal. This stuff, I'm hoping, is a little bit better. It's a lot thicker, it's a lot higher quality. The adhesive is, as you can see, it's pretty damn sticky. I just can't wait. I can't wait to be up here and just chill in my bed, look out the windows, and vegetate. Here we go. Up in the corner. It's not sticking. Getting a bit of heat up here will help it stay. It's starting to take, I think. Why? This is terrible. Why are you no glue there? Absolutely nil point. Oh dear. But on the plus side, one sheet's done that, another one will do over to there, and that'll leave 1 square metre to finish, which is, should get that corner, that little strip, maybe even the front, so I shouldn't need to buy too much more. I'm really not impressed with that adhesive though. That's just shit. Really. So what I'm going to have to do is the bits where it isn't taking, or maybe just the whole lot, do a quick dust with spray adhesive and then go again, and then hopefully this will be a lot more tacky. And that's not. I can't tell if that's cold. Just cold or wet. Need to get a heater up here. Right, what's happening is, because it's so cold outside now, and I'm in here moving and talking, it's starting to condensate. I can't stress how much winter pisses on your parade when you live in a van. It is, oh God. Just open up the windows to try and let any condensation out. and I'm going to try and not breathe in here so we don't get any more condensation. It's starting to take now. This is definitely a summer job. Definitely a summer job. Now what I'm going to do is move you out the way and spray the other side all the way over. Down there. Let that air out for a minute. Lance, get off the bed, you're wet. What I'm going to do is strip the paper off down here, bung in the log burner, get the log burner going, and then that'll be another source of heat. The diesel heater's on, but if I can get the log burner on, dry heat off the burner will flow in and keep everything nice and hopefully warm up there and dry while this all goes off. This is literally the worst paper in the world. Right, forget that idea, because I just thought I'm going to have to roll it to get in. If it sticks to itself, I'm buggered. So I'll get the start of it off. Oh my god, it smells like you, Lance, when you go for a wee. Yes, it does. Right. In there, bastard. Quick sip of go juice. Let's go. I've just been up there, you dozy twat. You gotta get used to this. I'm going up there for sleep all the time now, and you're not. Stay down, in your bed. Go on, what's this? Have a pig's ear. What's this pig's ear? Go on. Damn it, did not think about the gap. Oh, that's sticking way better. Way better. If that comes down, I'm going to do this next time. Definitely. Oops, someone's measurements was a bit shit. I didn't cut this, by the way. The company I bought it from did. Oh, look at that! Yes! Oh, it's so squidgy. It's so nice and soft. There's only a little strip in there. Not to the end of the world. There. This back face, I think I'm gonna buy some Celotex for that. It's a flat surface, and I don't think this stuff will really work there. It seems so much bigger in here now. It's so light. This is gonna be a nice little chill spot up here, I think. I'm really excited to have it done. So once this is all done, I'll be ordering the four-way stretch carpet, and it'll literally just be getting glued straight over on the straight over this. I wanted to ideally use the same material as the headliner, the faux suede, but it's just this shape. You've got to kind of get that angle. It opens out here, closes in towards the top. You won't be able to, I won't be able to do it. I've not got the skill. You'd need cutting and joining. You can't really join faux suede very well without having to put like pipe in and God knows what. And I think it would just look crap. So if it's the same money, I'm going to go for the smoke four-way stretch carpet and just do the lot. I know I'll be able to get the angles with the carpet. Right, I better shape the other two bits now. The echo is going. The echo is definitely going. I'm happy with that. I mean, yeah, that's on. That's on. Even that. Yeah, that's pretty on. I reckon a good day of sunshine tomorrow. Probably not, because we're in the middle of Storm Dennis. But if we get a good bit of sun, I don't see why this won't heat up. The adhesive will bond to the fiberglass a lot better.
Could go the other way around. Could get hot, cold, and just peel straight off. I hope that isn't the case. But what I'll do, once this is all done, I'll leave it maybe a week. Start everything else, to get all the electrics up in here, get the lights run, get the board done, maybe even buy the mattress, who knows, and see what this does. I don't want to go and just blitz everything and then have it all just fall apart on me. So this is new territory for me. I've not worked with fiberglass like this before, really. Motorhomes, it's the wall material, but you don't really deal with it. Yeah, I will tread lightly and let you know where it works and where it doesn't. I come up here yesterday and really started panicking because all in this tray here is a puddle. And I was thinking, oh my god, I've got a leak. Where's the leak coming from? What am I going to do? But it's not. This pod is properly watertight, to the point where you've got the side flares, so water runs in off the roof and collects on this new wall. Nothing gets in. It just drains, gets to the angles of the side, and then flows out of the new drain holes that I've drilled. So all the puddle is here is where condensation builds up, runs down, and collects. So this, once done, should eradicate that. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun up in here. And it's raining again. I think we can all, as a country, agree that the rain can just piss off. Right. Get all this paper down and burn it. Watch out, lamps. What's all this? It's like Christmas all over again. Oh, oh, oh. And that square there, we are done. There's a few little bits where I've had to patch and join. I might redo them once my next bit comes. I'm just going to order a strip and redo all that. I'm in my own padded cell, but it's okay because I like it. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's bloody warm up here now. God damn. Right, I'm off to bed. Good night. Mattress. Lance likes it already, don't you? Are you a fan of it? Are you a fan? Don't get used to it. Yeah, this come out of one of Paul's vans and it was going in the bin, so he's been nice enough to let me have it. It's thick. I'm gonna have to do something with it, cut it down, shape it, and oh, it's proper comfy. Don't get used to it. You're not on it. Alright, this is the template I've made. Oh. Oh. Oh no. It's too short. Oh no. How do you even... I am not tall. And that's... What? Oh well. Okay, new plan. When I cut the back off, maybe I'll be able to glue it. If I put the glued piece at the, where my feet are going, I won't feel the join. I might be able to glue it, but I don't know. Oh, what a pain in the dick.
Oh well. See how this thing will cut. I mean, it's going in the bin anyway, so if it don't work, it's one of them.
I sharpened up my biggest knife and got cut in. Although the foam was pretty hard to cut, no matter how steady I kept my hand, the cut just didn't come out very well. But it was all against the front face where it's rounded, so you're not going to really see it.
My guess is it's going to melt the foam. Maybe not. I'll do that afterwards, I'll do that when it's in.
I realised this mattress was just too thick. I wouldn't get it in the door, and even if I did, it'd take up half the door, so it needed cutting in half. I didn't want to go back with the knife, so I went out to Dunelm and got a really cheap bread knife.
Working this bread knife hard.
It's all ready.
12 quid. Tell you what, this bread knife, 12 quid from Dunelm, I can't argue. I mean, I've killed it, I really have. It's broke there, it smells like it's about to explode, but it cut my whole mattress. It's worked harder than any bread knife has ever had to work. Still going, still works. You're a good bread knife.
Climbing up a milk crate in the kitchen to get into the pod had worn really thin, so using 2 lengths of wood that I had and a cheap broomstick, I got to making one.
Right. Moment of truth, not even glued yet, so if it holds now, it'll hold forever. Cool.
And I'm afraid that's it for this video. I haven't been able to get round to finishing the interior due to work and commitments, money, and actually getting quite ill. So you'll have to wait just a little bit for the final video of this. But I hope you're enjoying it so far and the way it's shaping up and coming together. I am. And I've got some pretty nice ideas and little touches to go on the interior, so I will see you for that next time.